School can indeed teach you how to earn a living, but the knowledge that builds true wealth often comes from what you learn on your own. The classroom may give you a foundation, but the real breakthroughs happen when you decide to go beyond the syllabus. When you chase ideas not because they are on a test, but because they spark your curiosity, you step into a different league of growth. That's where your personal library becomes more valuable than any textbook. A degree can open doors, but self-education has the power to create doors where none exist. Many people stop learning after they graduate, as if the ceremony marks the end of their education. But life has a way of rewarding those who keep going, those who pursue knowledge without anyone assigning them homework. That extra skill you teach yourself, that new perspective you gain from a book or a mentor, it's these things that position you for opportunities others can't see. Formal education may prepare you for a job, but self-education prepares you for life. A paycheck can feed your needs, but self-growth feeds your ambitions. The world changes fast, and the people who adapt aren't just the ones with degrees. They're the ones who keep learning no matter their age. They see every challenge as a lesson, every setback as a teacher, and every success as a stepping stone to the next stage. Employers value formal knowledge, but the market rewards creative and applied knowledge. That's the beauty of self-education. It's tailored to your goals, your pace, and your passions. You can learn skills in months that a school may not even teach in years. You can blend disciplines, experiment, and follow your instincts without waiting for approval. This flexibility is what turns good earners into great achievers. The moment you take responsibility for your own learning, your earning potential explodes. Self-education is driven by curiosity, and curiosity is the seed of innovation. You can graduate from school, but never from learning, because the best investment you will ever make is in yourself, and that's an asset that pays dividends for a lifetime. A degree has the power to open doors. It can get you into the interview room, earn you a title, or place you on a certain career path. But once that door is open, what you do next is determined by the knowledge and skills you've gained on your own. Self-education is what allows you to see possibilities beyond the job description. It's the difference between simply walking into a room and owning it. Formal qualifications may introduce you to the world, but self-education teaches you how to navigate it. When you take the initiative to learn beyond your formal training, you begin to see opportunities others miss. You stop waiting for the next promotion and start creating your own. That's when you realize you're not limited by what's printed on your diploma. You're empowered by what's stored in your mind. Opportunities are everywhere, but they're often invisible to those who stop learning after graduation. Self-education sharpens your vision so you can spot them before anyone else does. It trains you to think differently, to adapt quickly, and to act boldly. These are not just career skills, they're life skills, and they pay far greater dividends than any single paycheck. The beauty of self-education is that it's yours. No one can revoke it, no economic downturn can erase it, and no job loss can take it away. It grows with you, adapts to your needs, and expands your horizons without limits. In a changing world, this makes you not just employable, but unstoppable. A degree might help you start the race, but self-education helps you finish it strong. Because in the end, it's not the paper you hang on the wall that builds your future. It's the wisdom, discipline, and insight you collect along the way. That's the kind of education that creates opportunities no one can take away. Formal education may prepare you for a job, but self-education prepares you for life. School can give you structure, deadlines, and a clear set of rules to follow. It can equip you with tools to enter the workforce and start earning. But life outside the classroom is far less predictable. It doesn't hand you a syllabus or tell you exactly what will be on the test. That's where self-education comes in. It's the habit of continually seeking knowledge so you can handle challenges you didn't even know were coming. A job will demand certain skills, but life will demand much more adaptability, emotional intelligence, creativity, and the ability to solve problems no textbook has covered. Self-education allows you to develop these qualities on your own terms. You choose what to learn, when to learn it, and how deep to go. Over time, this turns you into a resourceful and resilient individual, someone who can handle both opportunity and adversity with the same level of confidence. Formal education can tell you what's been done, but self-education helps you figure out what can be done. It expands your thinking beyond the limits of a single profession or career path. When you learn continuously, whether through books, mentors, experiments, or new experiences, you become capable of reinventing yourself whenever life demands it. That's a skill no degree alone can guarantee. The workplace may reward you for doing your job well, but life rewards you for doing more than you're asked. Self-education fuels this extra mile. It equips you to lead, to innovate, and to seize opportunities that others overlook. Employers may hire you for your formal knowledge, but they'll promote you, or you'll promote yourself because of your ability to keep learning. Ultimately, formal education is like the seed you start with, but self-education is the care, water, and sunlight that make it grow. One may get you in the game, but the other ensures you can win, and keep winning no matter how the rules change. Your paycheck comes from your skills, but your fortune comes from your mindset. Skills are what allow you to perform tasks, meet expectations, and deliver results that others are willing to pay for. They put money in your pocket and keep your life moving. But a mindset, that deeper way of thinking, determines how far you can go beyond just earning. It shapes how you see opportunities, how you respond to setbacks, and how you position yourself for bigger rewards. Many people with great skills never build real wealth, not because they lack talent, but because they never develop the mindset to multiply what they have. Skills can get you a good job, but without the right thinking, you'll remain in the same place year after year. A strong mindset allows you to see skills as tools, not limits. It pushes you to ask, how can I use what I know to create something more? That's where growth begins. A paycheck is often tied to the hours you work or the tasks you complete, but a fortune is tied to ideas, vision, and decisions. When you cultivate a mindset of abundance, problem solving, and constant learning, you find ways to earn without being chained to time. You start creating assets, whether that's a business, an investment, or a product, that pay you again and again. Skills may earn you the opportunity, but mindset determines how you handle it. With the right mindset, you'll take risks wisely, learn from mistakes, and see failures as stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Without it, you may play it safe and never tap into your full potential. In the end, your skills feed your present, but your mindset feeds your future. One will cover your expenses, but the other will build your legacy, and when the two work together, strong skills guided by a powerful mindset, that's when a paycheck can truly turn into a fortune. Reading for class can certainly fill your head. It gives you facts, figures, and the information you need to pass the test. But reading for growth does more than prepare you for an exam. It prepares you for life. Growth. Focused reading challenges your thinking, expands your perspective, and opens doors to ideas you never knew existed. It's the difference between memorizing answers and discovering possibilities. When you read only for a grade, the knowledge often fades after the test is over. But when you read with the intention to grow, that knowledge becomes part of who you are. It shapes your decisions, influences your behavior, and equips you to handle situations far beyond the classroom. It's not just about storing information. It's about transforming your mindset. Books chosen for growth are like mentors on paper. They can teach you lessons you didn't even know you needed from people you may never meet in person. They can give you shortcuts to wisdom, help you avoid costly mistakes, and inspire you to take action toward your dreams. Every page can be a stepping stone toward a better version of yourself. The beauty of reading for growth is that you're in control. You choose what to explore, how deep to go, and what to apply in your life. There's no deadline or final grade, just the steady accumulation of ideas, principles, and strategies that build your future one chapter at a time. In the end, filling your head is useful, but filling your future is powerful. Reading for class may earn you a certificate, but reading for growth can earn you a fortune not just in money, but in wisdom, opportunity, and a richer, more meaningful life. Employers often value formal knowledge because it's measurable. They can see your degree, read your resume, and verify your credentials. It shows them you've been trained to think in certain ways and perform specific tasks. But while this can get you hired, it's not what guarantees long-term success. The world outside the boundaries of a job description rewards something much more powerful: creative and applied knowledge. Creative knowledge is about thinking beyond what you were taught. It's the ability to combine information from different sources, see patterns others miss, and imagine solutions that aren't in the manual. Applied knowledge takes this one step further. It's knowing how to put ideas into action in the real world. A concept in your head has no value until it's implemented. That's why so many people with less formal education sometimes achieve more. They've learned how to use what they know. In business and in life, problems rarely come in neat textbook-friendly packages. They're often messy, urgent, and unique. The people who excel are the ones who can adapt their knowledge to fit the situation, rather than waiting for a perfect set of instructions. This is where creative and applied knowledge sets you apart. It makes you a problem solver instead of just a task doer. The market pays well for those who can take information and turn it into results. It's not enough to know what to do. You have to know how to do it and why it matters. That's the kind of knowledge that opens new opportunities, attracts partnerships, and builds a reputation you can't buy. In the end, formal knowledge may get your foot in the door, but creative and applied knowledge is what keeps you in the room, and often makes you the one leading it. One is the ticket in. The other is the reason people want you to stay. Self-education works best when it's fueled by curiosity. Curiosity is that inner spark that makes you ask questions no one assigned, explore ideas no one explained, and dig deeper when most people stop at the surface. It's what turns learning from a chore into an adventure. When you're curious, you don't wait for opportunities, you go looking for them, and in the process, you discover new skills, new perspectives, and new ways to create value. Curiosity doesn't just fill your mind, it shapes the way you think. It teaches you to see connections between unrelated things, to ask what if, and to imagine what could be. That's the starting point of innovation. Every breakthrough, every new product, every game-changing idea began with someone's curiosity. They wondered if something could be done better, faster, or differently, and then they taught themselves how to make it happen. The beauty of curiosity-driven learning is that it's self-sustaining. The more you discover, the more you want to know. You find yourself pulling threads, uncovering insights, and experimenting without anyone telling you to. This constant exploration builds not only your knowledge, but also your confidence in tackling unfamiliar challenges. Innovation thrives in environments where people are free to be curious and unafraid to try. When you cultivate your curiosity, you give yourself the freedom to experiment, fail, adjust, and try again. That's how new solutions are born, not from a fixed curriculum, but from a willingness to explore beyond it. In the end, curiosity is the seed and self-education is the soil. Together, they grow ideas that can change your life and possibly the world. You may start by learning for yourself, but before long, you'll find yourself creating things that others come to learn from. That's when your curiosity becomes not just a personal advantage, but a legacy. You can graduate from school, but you should never graduate from learning. The ceremony may mark the end of a formal chapter, but it should never signal the end of your growth. Life will continue to hand you challenges, opportunities, and surprises long after you've walked across that stage. Each of these moments requires new skills, fresh insights, and a willingness to adapt. Things that can only come from ongoing learning. Formal education might give you the basics, but the real test begins the moment you step into the world. Technology changes, industries shift, and the rules that once worked may no longer apply. If you stop learning, you risk becoming outdated. But if you keep learning, you stay relevant, adaptable, and prepared for whatever comes next. The beauty of lifelong learning is that it's self-directed. You choose what matters most to your goals, your interests, and your circumstances. You can explore new fields, deepen existing skills, or simply learn for the joy of understanding something new. This freedom keeps your mind sharp and your opportunities open. The most successful people aren't the ones with the highest degrees. They're the ones who never let curiosity fade. They see every conversation as a chance to gain insight, every book as a potential breakthrough, and every failure as a valuable lesson. That attitude turns life itself into a continuous classroom. In the end, the paper diploma is just a milestone, not a finish line. Graduation may close one chapter, but it should open a lifetime of learning. Because the moment you stop growing, you start falling behind. And the moment you keep learning, you keep moving toward your potential. Your best investment will never be found on a stock chart. It will be found in the person you are becoming. Markets can rise and fall, industries can boom and bust, but the skills, habits, and mindset you build will always be yours. Unlike a financial asset, personal development can't be stolen, taxed, or lost in a downturn. It grows in value with every book you read, every skill you master, and every lesson you learn from experience. When you invest in yourself, you increase your earning potential far more than any single investment account ever could. A new skill might open the door to higher income. A stronger mindset might give you the confidence to start a business. Better habits might save you years of wasted effort. Each improvement compounds just like interest, turning small gains into extraordinary results over time. The stock market can give you returns, but personal growth gives you control. You decide what to learn, how to grow, and where to apply your knowledge. No market conditions can limit your creativity, your resilience, or your ability to solve problems. That's why the return on self-investment is not just measured in money. It's measured in freedom. Some people put their faith in luck or timing, waiting for the perfect opportunity. But those who invest in themselves create their own opportunities. They become so valuable, so skilled, and so adaptable that no matter where they are placed, they find a way to thrive. That's the kind of security no portfolio can guarantee. In the end, the wisest investment strategy is simple. Grow yourself first. Because when you become more capable, more knowledgeable, and more resourceful, every other investment, whether in business, relationships, or finance, has a far greater chance to succeed. The moment you take responsibility for your own learning, everything changes. You stop waiting for someone to teach you, guide you, or hand you the answers. Instead, you become the driver of your own growth. That shift in mindset, from relying on others to relying on yourself, turns learning into a choice rather than an obligation. And when you choose to learn, you learn faster, deeper, and more meaningfully. Taking ownership of your education means you're no longer limited by the boundaries of a classroom or a curriculum. You can chase the knowledge you need right now for the goals you have right now. Whether it's a new skill for your career, a principle for your business, or a habit for your personal life, you have the power to seek it out and apply it immediately. This freedom accelerates your progress in ways that formal structures rarely can. Responsibility also brings accountability. When you know your future depends on what you learn today, procrastination loses its appeal. You read with more focus, listen with more intent, and practice with more commitment. Each small improvement stacks on the last, and over time, the gap between you and the average person grows wider and wider. Your earning potential grows because your value grows. The marketplace rewards those who can solve problems, adapt to change, and bring fresh ideas to the table, all of which are fueled by constant, self-directed learning. You stop competing on price or position and start competing on the unique value you bring. In the end, taking responsibility for your own learning is the single most powerful step you can take toward financial and personal freedom. You control the pace, you control the direction, and you control the outcome. And that's when your potential truly begins to explode.